Okay, everybody, Mike here from F.T.G. Today I'm just going to do a quick public service announcement. The information I'm covering here is specifically for Jacksonville, Florida, and Duval County. However, you are certainly welcome, and I encourage you to go to your local sheriff's department or police department and either gather or obtain a similar pamphlet. And if you can't find one, simply make a public records request requesting any policies and procedures referencing traffic stops, and more specifically, what the requirements are of an officer to issue ID other than a badge when requested by the public. It's easily obtainable. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the Jacksonville, Florida guidelines for traffic stop, safety, and driving tips. Now let's go to the inside and see what it says. Okay, as you can see here, this is the interior of the flyer, and what I want to draw your attention to is just two short, quick things here. JSO traffic stop procedures. During a traffic stop, the officer will have a badge and a JSO identification card available to display upon request. In respects to Duval County, Florida, this should put an end to any of the YouTubers out there that want to make comments saying you don't have a right to ask for that and an officer is not required to give it. They, in fact, are required to give it. And again, I encourage you to go to your local sheriff's department or police department and do a public records request for their internal documents and procedures dealing with the same thing, because I am quite sure they have something very similar. And then I encourage you to get a copy of that and keep it with you should you ever be in a situation where an officer refuses to identify himself properly. Okay? Next, I would like to go on and go over here to this point. It states here, you may use these procedures if you feel uncomfortable about a traffic stop. Now, I want to point out the word uncomfortable here. Nobody has a right to tell you how you feel about any given situation. Someone may not agree with you and may challenge you on your position. However, you have a right to feel however it is that you feel. I personally am uncomfortable about every single interaction I have with a law enforcement officer due to my life experiences and what's happened with them. So, as it says here, during a traffic stop, you have the right to stay inside the vehicle and keep doors locked. Only lower the window enough to exchange information. Additionally, it repeats, ask the officer proof of identification. That includes JSO ID and a badge. Okay? So once again, knowledge is power. Officers have no problem exerting their rights and overstepping their authority at any given whim. They can lie to you without repercussions, which has been supported by the Supreme Court. They can threaten you, and they can actually abuse you and get away with it. It is important that you learn what rights you have as a citizen. Now, knowing these rights and enforcing these rights in no way, shape, or form guarantee that an officer will not violate them. However, by being aware of your rights and being correct in your position, will solidify any future litigation or any future action you wish to take against these law enforcement officers and holding them accountable for the dereliction of their duty and the violation of your rights. Again, knowledge is power. Guns and badges do not grant extra rights. This has been your friendly public service announcement from F.T.G. Faithful to God. Stay safe and stay vigilant.